Good morning. Let's see if this connection holds. I think we've got it. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. It is Sunday morning. On a Sunday morning, we always have a quieter, more silent meditation. Our teacher for this week is Jack Canfield. And his message this morning is about the creators that we are. Somebody, good morning. Happy Sunday to you. So we jump right in with a quote from Jack Canfield. He says, "You don't just have the potential to create, you are always creating." We really are always creating. We were created to create, and therefore we create by default. Through our thoughts, choices, and actions, the real question is not whether you are creating, it's whether you're creating from your highest potential or from a place of limitation. But creating is always happening. What is it that prevents us from creating at our highest potential? What prevents us from always just being the expression of our soul? Charlene, good morning. Happy Sunday morning to you. It's great seeing you. It's all the stories told by our inner narratives that get in our way. The ways in which we are the victim, all the ways in which the world is unfair that our inner narrative obsesses over. This is the narrative of our wounds. And if we don't put these stories down, then we'll forever be creating from that wounded place. Danae, good morning. Happy Sunday morning to you. Anthony, good morning. Awesome having you, man. You have to get beyond these old thought patterns if you want to create from the expression of your soul. So a few more thoughts from Jack Canfield. He says, "You and you alone are responsible for taking the actions to create the life of your dreams." He says, "It is only by acknowledging that you have created everything up until now that you can take charge of creating the future that you want." The next thought from Jack Canfield is, if you want to be really successful, and I know you do, then you will have to give up blaming and complaining and take total responsibility for your life. That means all your results, both your successes and your failures. That is the prerequisite for creating a life of success. The last thought from Jack Canfield for today is, it is time to stop looking outside yourself for the answers to why you haven't created the life and results you want. For it is you who creates the quality of life you lead and the results you produce. You and no one else. To achieve major success in life, to achieve those things that are most important to you, you must assume 100% responsibility for your life. Nothing less will do. The voice of your soul speaks within you too. It is softer. It is gentler. It won't force itself on you because it has no desperation. Our wounds, our ego, most often operates from a kind of a desperation, whether it's a desperation to just stay alive or the desperation for the things we want. But your soul won't force itself on you because it has no desperation. It is totally grounded in truth. The voice of your soul holds you accountable because that is the only power you have. The choices you make, the actions you take. Our meditation today is a silent journey. Spending time in silence, which is filled with your own busy thoughts, helps you to recognize these different voices. helps you recognize the wounded voices, but listen also for the gentle, quieter voice of your soul. Your soul speaks with wisdom that does not get caught up in the stories, but focuses on what is in your power to do now. You are always creating. Your choices are whether you place the wounded parts of you behind the wheel or your soul. If you're ready, let's go to that quiet place together. And see what there is to listen to. You can close your eyes, and we'll start with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. Continue your full body breathing. With every inhale, become aware of the slow rise in every cell of your body. With every exhale, welcome the slow softening of every cell in your body. Your only job right now is with every exhale to lead your body to a deeper level of softness than the one before. Just softer with every breath. Certainly your job is not to try and put a gate on this brain, shut the door on this brain, try and prevent it from thinking thoughts. That is futile, won't happen. But to take a step back and recognize that there are many thoughts coming through this brain, right? And to learn that we can become so much better at recognizing the thoughts that come from our wounds, from our fears, which are perhaps even likely to be most of the thoughts that come through our brain. And realize that we actually just don't have to do anything about those thoughts. We can take a step back and just watch them go by. And as we get better at watching these thoughts, not trying to silence them, watching them, with time we realize that there is a different voice there as well, a different part of us, something that speaks in a quieter way, in a gentler and kinder way even. But the nature of this other voice seems really strong because it's immovable in its holding you accountable. It doesn't buy into the stories, but it clearly says, okay, so here's what you need to do next. The truth is, it can become noisy in there. It can become really hard to distinguish. But with practice, especially if we become good at taking a step back and not feeling like we need to do anything about the thoughts, with practice, we become better at this. Well, now let's take the last few big breaths of this phase together, and then we'll get to the quiet part. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. Lean your upper body over to the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, you are slipping into your inner space, into your inner world. To me, it always feels like being in a pool, slipping below the surface. The sounds, the movement around the pool doesn't disappear. From below the surface, we can still hear what's happening around the pool. We can even see it through the water. But clearly we've slipped into a quieter space. We can learn that by turning inwards, there is something different we can slip into. It is not an absence of thoughts, but we can slip into a space that is a step away from the thoughts and just notice them. Notice them without trying to stop them. Notice the thoughts without thinking, these thoughts should not be happening in this way. In fact, give the thoughts the freedom to happen however they do. But practice not getting involved. Whenever it feels like you've become too involved in the thoughts, bring your attention back to your breath. Bring your attention back to your next inhale and the feeling of slipping back into your body. I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. Take your next big breath. take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips in and settles in every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back, or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll share one of Jack Canfield's quotes one more time. He says, "You don't just have the potential to create, you are always creating." We were created to create. We create by default. We create through our thoughts, our choices, our actions. So the question really is not whether we are creating, but where are we creating from? Are we creating from our highest potential, or are we creating from a place of limitation? As we become more practiced at silence, it's not that all of the noisy inner voices disappear. We just get better at recognizing them, listening to them and recognizing them. We can so clearly hear the voices of our woundedness, the way in which our wounds speak. And it makes sense that that would likely be the loudest of the voices within us. When we're able to listen without becoming involved, we can also hear the quieter voice of wisdom speak. And now we learn that we have choice. We can create from these scared voices. We can put the scared parts of us behind the wheel, and then we'll act and create from our scared voices. Or we can put wisdom behind the wheel. And we can act and create from wisdom. We have a few more minutes of silence left. A few more minutes to practice taking a step away from all the busy thoughts and simply watching, noticing how thoughts come and go, and learning that we can choose which of these thoughts to put behind the wheel. I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this silent space to slip into together. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to take a step back and listen to all of the busy thoughts, busy narratives running through my mind. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for recognizing the repetitive nature of so many of these thoughts. The same thoughts again and again and again. learning that these are all recordings. Recordings that love to play over and over again in the same way. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that these inner voices on repeat, these recordings, they are clearly just that, a recording. It is clear to me that I'm not a recording. Those voices on repeat, well, they can't be who I am, because it's just a recording that plays over and over again. Thank you for learning that what I am is the part of me that can take a step back and observe this recording. See it playing again. See how it loves to tell the same story again and again. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. We all have that. We all have certain thoughts, certain inner voices on repeat, and they love to tell the same story again. That recording repeats like a vinyl record. And that's, of course, human and very normal. We all have that. But when we get really good at listening to that recording playing again, then it becomes so clear that, of course, that can't be me, can't be who I am, if it's this repetitive recording playing again. And I think then it becomes even easier to listen to it. Don't get involved with fighting it, but learn that clearly there's something else. There's something else that can take a step back and observe this recording and go, yeah, there it goes again, I see it. And that's really all we have to do. We don't have to shut up the recording. We don't have to make it stop. We can just slowly become more of the observer. So much love to each and every one of you. Thank you, Danae and Anthony and Sunmary and Charlene. Have a beautiful day. And if you're available for it, tomorrow, right here, we'll jump into the week again. See you all soon. Ciao, ciao.